got a comment the other day asking me, how do you build a fan base as a musician? My first reaction was, well, I don't really feel qualified to answer that yet. I feel very much like I'm still building that kind of fan base. Although, I must admit, I'm not the biggest fan of the word fan. So let me define the word fan real quick. To me, a fan, being a fan of something, or someone being a fan of you or of me, a fan is somebody that resonates with what it is you do, who it is you are, your creative output into the world. A human that resonates. If it was down to me, if I owned Instagram or a social media platform, I wouldn't call it a follower or a subscriber or a fan. I'd call it a human that resonates. And instead of a follow button, it would be a resonate button. So that's my definition of a fan. So building a fan base, what you're actually trying to do is connect with humans that resonate with your output, with your creative output. So this will be a video, the ARP guide on how to find and connect with humans that resonate. The problem is, social media has metrics, and these metrics give us a number, but this number, it isn't really representative of how many fans you have, or a better description, humans that resonate. If somebody clicks the subscribe button on YouTube, does it mean they watch your videos? No, it doesn't. If somebody clicks the follow button on Instagram, does it mean they listen to your album? No, it doesn't. We have to work off a better definition for fan in the age of social media, because people that truly resonate are the people that show up to your gigs. They're the people that listen to your album. They're the people that take your message and use it as inspiration to go and do their own things. They listen to what you have to say. And I think if you keep that in mind, that's how you can go about building a proper fan base, a proper group of humans that resonate. Oh, welcome to Chichester. What a lovely place. Want to be on video? Go on. So beautiful. Woohoo! Oh, there you go. Good old Christian. I can't remember his surname, but Christian, the guitar player. Plays some sweet tunes. Quite often see him in Chichester, so shout out to you, Christian. I know you sometimes watch these videos. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video, of this subject, I want to tell you a little story. Something that happened very recently. Something that happened that was very cool. Like a proper ARP milestone. So the other day, I was playing one of the many pub gigs that I play around the Brighton area. Just as I was about to play the first 45 minutes of 3 that I usually play when I do these pub gigs, a group of people walked into the pub, and as they sat down in front of me, they started smiling and waving over, as if we knew each other. As soon as I started the first cover song of the set, they all started singing along. They seemed to know my set list relatively well. To begin with, I didn't think this was that unusual. A lot of the songs I play are well known. I quite often get sing-alongs when I play pub gigs. Mostly when I'm playing the covers, obviously. It was only when I then went into an original song that something happened. Something very cool happened. As I hit the first chords to my song To the Beach, the group suddenly cheered. And when I hit the first line of the lyrics, they knew them. They knew all the lyrics to every single one of my original songs that is on the album. And it transpired that they all own a copy of the album, and they'd come to the gig, they'd come to the pub gig to watch me play. Because they are humans that resonate. Life-changing, proper milestone moment for me. The coolest thing about the whole story is they then came to another pub gig which I played just this weekend. And they brought more people, they brought more friends along. Shout out to you if you're one of those people, because it really feels like a milestone's been hit. Maybe I am qualified to talk about how to build a fan base after all. Well, today is supposed to be the hottest day of this year so far. I think it's something like 30 degrees it will peak at. I'm already sweating. It's only 10:30 in the morning. I do have my Factor 50 on today. So we'll see how this goes. Suffer for your art, my friends. Pain for pleasure.
There were fire in the marshes, daytop in the pond, as we tell each other stories about people at the pub. This is my kind of morning. Now as the rest of the world is yawning, we all come by.
I'd say the first thing you should do when it comes to building a fan base or trying to connect with humans that resonate is ask yourself why. What is your why? There's that book, Simon Sinek, Start with Why. I think it's very easy to get caught up in the idea that your why should be selfish. It should be like, I want to share my art with people. But you've got to go deeper than that. You've got to go, why is that a good idea? Because it is a good idea. I'm telling you right now.
So what, that party we're late, am I to set you free? Like a fire in the marshes.
Your why should be, I want to show people what's possible. I want to inspire people to do the same. I want to ignite inspiration, emotion, feeling in other people. And that's why you should want to share yourself, your thoughts, your ideas, through songs, through art, through video. And the main reason why that's such a good thing is because by being you and sharing you, you give people permission to do the same.
Now as the rest of the world is yawning, we'll walk on by.
And there are lots of people in the world who are kind of lost and aren't showing up in the world as their true selves. So if you do, then in turn those people will maybe be inspired to do the same.
Set you free when every day is brand new. Any day will do now. You should make your new start. It's always up to you.
Oh my goodness, I'm a mess. I'm a sweaty mess. I don't usually drink water when I play so that I don't have to have an emergency toilet stop, but today I'm making the exception because holy moly man, it is so hot and I am sweaty. So the first thing you need to think about when it comes to building a fan base or finding humans that resonate is to actually have a place where people can find you. Whether that's on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube, that's kind of down to you. But I would say that having a platform online that you focus on, even if it's a website or a newsletter that you send out, is a must. A place that anyone and everyone who's got access to the internet can find you at. And therefore stay up to date with what it is you're doing, with your creative output, with your messages, with your songs, with your videos, with whatever medium you decide to share. It doesn't have to be any of the classics, any of the typicals. It could be whatever you want. But as Austin Kleon says in the opening line of Show Your Work, you don't find your audience, they find you. But you need to be findable. So your first port of call is to be findable. So start your YouTube channel or start your Instagram or build your website or all three. But know this, whichever one you put your energy into will be the one that ends up growing eventually.
Now a universe from nothing inside my mind, it is on fire. Now
if you try and do all of them at once, you'll spread yourself too thin. So I recommend sticking to one of them For me, that's YouTube, because I think YouTube is the best of all the social medias. I think it's the one with the least mental health problems for its users. And don't get me wrong, it's not short of those, but I think it's a little better than both Instagram and TikTok at least. I also prefer long form content. I prefer having long-winded videos where I can put a bit more creativity in it than those sort of minute shorts. So yes, first port of call is to become findable.
Reaching the number of times you've said at this time you're for it, that you're really going to go. Hit you and right back at it, right in your bucket list.
Oh my goodness, there is fortunately a bit of breeze that has picked up, and I'm so grateful because I am dying. This is definitely suffering for the art, I can tell you that now. So the next thing you need once you've got your platform up and running, your website, your YouTube channel, Facebook page, newsletter, whatever it is. So the next thing you need is consistency. Consistency is key, man.
Machine is just not for me. No spending my savings, 'cause I don't have any. There's too many places to go. So I'll be spending all my time living on my bucket list. Oh,
You've got to keep showing up, posting to social media or posting on YouTube, showing up to the busks, showing up to the open mics, performing, songwriting, practicing. All of these things need to be consistent.
well, I heard you crying loud all the way across town.
Particularly with YouTube and song releases, gurus advise against consistency. Instead, they try to tell you to play the algorithms and optimize and make sure you don't spread yourself too far. And I completely disagree. I think consistency, particularly to begin with, is key, because consistency builds loyalty, it builds trust, it builds a connection. A real connection can't be established in one video or one song release or one gig. It needs to be established over many.
Cause she knew that I'd be found when I come around. When I come around, no, na 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 na.
Austin Klewen has a great section in Show Your Work where he talks about process over product, about how people are usually more interested in your process than they are your product, or at least if you share your process, they'll be more interested in your product when you eventually release it.
Oh, you're right. No time to set your word around. Cause she knew that I'd be found when I come around. Oh.
I am fans of people who are consistent. I like YouTubers that I know I'm going to go on their page and they're going to have a video that week. The YouTubers that release a video here and there, it bothers me, man. Why do views matter so much more than my connection to you? And they don't. That's the bottom line. So if you really want to build a following full of humans that resonate, you need to be consistent.
Cause she knew that I'd be found when I come around. When I come around, oh.
And that consistency can look like anything. It's the most manageable consistency you can have. For me, it's a weekly video. For you, it might be monthly. It might be a monthly song release. It might be a monthly open mic, a gig. I don't know. It might be a weekly newsletter. It might be a daily thing. I don't know. Daily short. Build a schedule that suits you and your life. A creative output that's consistent.
It was a Friday night, I walk alone to get a feeling right.
The other thing that's crucial with consistency is quantity equals quality. In order to resonate with as many humans as possible, it does help to be good at what you're doing. But again, sharing process over product, you can share the process of you getting good at something. If you look back at my earlier videos, you'll notice my voice isn't anywhere near as good as it is now. And my video as well, like if you look at my early videos, I have no idea what I'm doing with editing. I have no idea what I'm doing with framing. I still don't to some degree, but I at least have built some experience to make a somewhat good quality product. You know, and it's the same with recording songs, it's the same with writing songs, it's the same with, I don't know, any kind of creative output. So yeah, consistency is key, dude. The second thing that I think you need to build a following of humans that resonate is authenticity. Again, I think this is neglected in this day and age. I think we see so many fabricated things in modern day life that we forget that the things that resonate the most, the things that we are compelled to watch, see, look at, hear, they're authentic.
She broke up with me. No one should take me so seriously. When it easy hit a fall in love, why would you reach down me and it wouldn't have my name?
It's a radio project then, isn't it?
That's just what I call myself.
Oh, you're a band?
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess I'm like a solo artist, but I don't call myself my own name. My name's actually Ben, but I called it August Radio Project. Okay, future me here. I don't know if you were expecting to see me in this video, but here we are. So what happened next was a classic busking day. And because of various circumstances, it meant that I didn't end up actually talking any more about this week's video subject. Instead, I ended up talking to this guy here about radio, the word radio. He actually wants to start his own radio show, but he's not sure that anyone would listen to it because he's not sure that anyone listens to radio anymore. I probably should have pointed him in the direction of this video, shouldn't I? After our delightful conversation, a dude called Harvey came over and decided he'd sit next to me and listen in on the tunes. And we had lots of conversation about music artists and why he should start busking and why singing in front of people is super rewarding despite the fear you might feel.
Sounds nice.
Then, just as I was about to get the camera back out and start talking about authenticity and some of the other things I'm going to mention in this video, 2 ambulances pulled up in front of me, and after a brief spell, somebody ended up in the back of the ambulance that was on a stretcher. A somber moment. And yeah, that kind of put an end to the busk. So let's discuss the rest of this subject, and you can listen to the sweet sounds of me before any of the drama kicked off.
If I could have every bad dream, my music if you right.
So yes, authenticity is key. Authenticity is key to building true connection. Sorry to state the obvious, but because people want something real. We've all seen the horror stories of major label artists that got signed onto a contract when they were a teenager and 10 years later don't want any of the things that they're projected as being because the music industry industrial complex is actually in charge of all of their creativity and their creative decisions. It's a freaking nightmare. And the reason the music industry and major labels have to push these artists so hard and put them in front of our faces is because it's so inauthentic that people probably wouldn't be paying that much attention if there wasn't millions of dollars of marketing going behind them all.
If that means you can't lose, I look like a rainbow, then baby I would be black and white.
It's what makes things like YouTube and social media so exciting, because authentic things do have the chance to shine. Organic virality is actually a thing. When somebody writes a song or posts a video or, I don't know, makes some art that is truly authentic and truly real and truly says something that they clearly feel, that's when the most magical moments happen, man.
Yeah, the show it to you. And I know Yes, I know, but using your words is too tough. When I'm trying to find a way that tells you I love you enough.
So make your content, your art, your creations authentically you. Don't worry about what people think. Don't worry about what's commercial. This route, I think, does mean things take longer, but that's a good thing, and I'll discuss that in a minute. But what does happen when you're being truly you and truly authentic to yourself is it's easy to do this. It's much harder to find motivation to do things when you're not being true to yourself. I can churn out a video every week for 4 years because I am so intrinsically passionate about music and this type of music and who I am as a musician and busking and street music and writing songs and the plight of the musician and making a music career on your own terms, that I could just talk about it forever. And it means I'm never short of what to say. It means I'm never short of ideas, and it means that even though sometimes it's hard work to turn the camera on, to go out busking, it never feels like a chore. It always feels rewarding.
Choosing yours is too tough. When I'm trying to find a way that tells you, yeah. When I'm trying to find a way that tells you I love you. No.
The third and final and most important area, topic, subject matter I want to bring up when it comes to finding and connecting with humans that resonate with you and your creativity is patience. Anything worthwhile takes time. Most people I've seen struggle to build any kind of online following or following in real life or an online following that transpires into a real life following. It's because they didn't spend long enough trying. They didn't spend long enough at it. My perspective of building a following really changed when I read 1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. It's a great essay. I've mentioned it hundreds of times, but I read that essay. It really hit me hard because 1,000 True Fans is this idea that you don't need any more than 1,000 true fans. Your collection of humans that resonate doesn't really need to be any more than 1,000 people. In that essay, Kevin Kelly goes through how, if you can get 1,000 people to part with $100 a year in return for your creative output, you make $100,000 a year, and that's a great living. But he also goes into detail of if you have 1,000 people, it's much easier to impact the lives of 1,000 people than it is 1 million. If you have 1 million followers, it's very unlikely that all 1 million of them are completely resonating and connecting to what it is you do. It's probably less than half. Again, it comes back to the fact that how many people click the subscribe button but don't watch the video, or will follow you on Instagram but never check out anything you put up, never come to a gig, never listen to your latest song. What you're looking to do is establish that true fan connection, and anything worthwhile in life, it's gonna take time. We overestimate what we'll do in a year, but we wildly underestimate what we can do in a decade. Keep showing up. Yo, I have been sweating for literally 5 hours. It was 5 hours ago that I left the car, and that's when I started sweating, and I am absolutely drenched. Another video that involved future me, a bit unexpectedly there. The busk did what busking does and descended into a bit of a chaos. I hope whoever that it was in that ambulance is okay, man. That did not look like a good situation. A good reminder to seize the day. That was £70.43. I played for about 3.5 hours. Or shall we say I cooked for about 3.5 hours. I've just bought myself some coconut water to try and get some electrolytes back in me. So I hopefully will be a normal human for the rest of the day. Hand you over to future me to round off the video. Over to future me. My friends, thank you so much for watching this one. And thank you for the suggestion, whoever left that comment. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching this one. Give it a like if you did like it. Subscribe if you're new around here. if you want to leave me an online donation, there's a super thanks button down there, or I do have a Patreon page. Go check it out. For a monthly donation, you can get some exclusive content. Book is coming on nicely. I do have an album out that's called Keep Showing Up. Keep showing up. There's the artwork right there. It's not available on streaming platforms. So if you want to hear those songs, head to my website. Become a true fan. CD for sale or the digital download. If you buy the CD, you get the digital download in return. I am August Radio Project. That's what I call this. That's what I call myself, anyway. I make videos that come out every single Monday. I will see you next week. Peace, love, and happiness.